Hi students, now in this video we are take the very important law of this chapter electricity, that is Ohm's law. Okay, now come to learn about what is Ohm's law statement and then problems on Ohm's law. So here first take an introduction part of this. Who is actually Ohm? Means Ohm is a scientist name actually. So in 1827 a German scientist, right, a German physicist, that is George Simon Ohms. Okay, George Simon Ohms find the relationship between, okay, find the relationship between voltage and I current. And I use symbol here, right? For simplification, you have to remember V for voltage difference and I for current. So in 1827, a German scientist Ohm, that is George Simon Ohm, have studied about the electricity. In that case, he studied about the voltage and the current. So what happened to the voltage and what happened to the current when they are both are interlinked to each other? We know that in the electricity, electrical potential difference, whenever we apply the potential difference across the end of a conductor, the current is start flowing in the circuit. Means there is a relation is there. Whenever we apply the potential difference, there is a flow of current. Whenever we remove the potential difference, there is no flow of the current. We learned it about the potential difference video, right? So now students, here Simon Ohm, what done? He can use a circuit that is called as the electrical circuit for Ohm's law. Study Ohm's law. So I draw here electrical circuit. Okay, electrical circuit to study Ohm's law, right? Ohm's law. Now see what Ohm's done here. So he can use the one conducting wire, right? A conducting wire, a resistance, that is called resistance, symbol R. What is resistance? I can explain later. Now resistance, and with the resistance he can take here and at the end he can take the volt, right? He can take the volt here plus here minus, parallel, right? Parallel. At the end of the resistance he connected the volt. And now again Ohm take an conducting wire and take a switch here, that is key, to open and close the circuit. And then for measurement of the current in the circuit, they use an ammeter, right? Ammeter is connected in a series here. Is connected in a series. Okay. Now see what here, there is no flow of current here because we not still attached a battery here. So now Ohm's what do? Ohms can apply the potential difference across the ends of a metallic conductor here. Okay. How he apply? He know that, and also we know that whenever we apply the voltage, the current is flowing in the circuit, then it is measured by the ammeter, right? If there is no current, ammeter is 0. If there is a current, then it shows the it deflects towards the current. Now what Ohm done here? Ohm can attach and one battery of something V1 volt, right, connected to it. And when Ohm is connected a potential difference to a circuit, we observe that current is flowing in the circuit, right? It is okay. Whenever the potential difference applied to the circuit, the current is flowing in the circuit. That is common concept. Again, now he observed that whenever a V1 voltage is applied, maybe it is 1 volt to 2 volt to 3 volt, any volt, when apply V1, he observed the flow of the current. That is common thing. Again, he changed the voltage. Again, he take another battery that is connected to this circuit. That is connected and removed, disconnected and removed, then connected V2, right? Remove the V1, then connected V2 with something volt. When we easy take another volt, again current flowing in the circuit, right? Again he will take another battery of increasing voltage, right? Increasing the voltage 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Again when increase the voltage, potential difference, he observe that again the current is here, deflection is there. Like that what V1, V2, V3, different types of voltage can be applied to the circuit, and different voltage the current is flowing in the circuit in this direction. Plus means in this it is negative, okay, in this direction. So whenever a voltage applied to the circuit, current is flowing in the circuit. It is basic concept. It is not anything new is there. But see his observation Okay, attending table, observation. Okay, number of observation and the voltage value in volt. Okay, in volt, and the current in ampere value. Okay, see what happen here. First observation, number one observation, when the voltage is V1, voltage, for example, say it is 2 volt, it is 2 volt V1. Okay, say it is V1 is the first observation, V1, right? Take it is 2 volt, imagine that 2 volt. So when the 2 voltage applied to the circuit, the current is, imagine that it is 1 ampere current is shown. Okay, it is 1 ampere shown. When we apply V2, in which mean order he applied V2, but conditionally it must be increased, so he can use 4 volt. So what about current? It is 2 ampere showing. Current is 2 ampere in the emitter reading. Again third observation, and the third V2 again increase compared to 4 2 it is increased. So it is taken 6 volt. Then you observe that the current is 3 ampere. So this is the Ohm's law, different type of. We have only take yet 2 okay 3. You can take number of observations. So we take 3 observations here. So every observation we observe that, and here observe that whenever the voltage increases, what in the circuit current, it is also increases. So that is first observation, Ohm's law. V is, whenever increases, what happened? The current in the circuit directly proportional to I, current is also increases. Correct? Clear? Here see observation is there. Here observation is there. Whenever the current in voltage increase, 2 to 4 increase, what happened? Current 1 to 2 again increase. Again V2 to 4 6 increase, 2 time increase, again it is increase. Okay, 2 to 3 it is increase. Whenever you increase the voltage, current is also increase. Therefore you can take that V is equal to IR, where here R is nothing but what? R is a constant, proportionality constant. That is called as a R resistance. Okay, resistance. So what is the resistance here? Resistance is nothing but actually, imagine about a traffic. Okay, imagine about 2 road is there. Okay, 2 road is there. It is one road, it is another road, right? It is road 1, it is road 2, right? Now in this road R1 heavy traffic is there. Okay, in R2 low traffic is there. Okay, it is low traffic. Okay, low traffic. Answer me, in which road your bike must be go speed, right? In which, okay, in the little traffic, where the road traffic there is a flow of bike is very high, but in the heavy traffic the speed of bike is somewhat decrease, means is opposite force is there. That is what simple in the resistance. We know that in the conductor, whenever the current is flowing, there is an opposition force for the current, and that is constant for something wire. For copper it is different, for silver it is different, and for iron it is different. Okay, whenever the current is flowing in the circuit or in the conductor, the current is feeling opposition force, and that is called as what? Resistance. Like a bike, for the bike the traffic is a resistance. Whenever the traffic is less, the bike goes speed, means resistance high speed. When the traffic is very high, the resistance to the bike speed is decreases. As per traffic in daily life, that is nothing but we call it electricity resistance. Okay, so what is resistance? Resistance nothing but right here, what is resistance? Property of, okay, property of a conductor to resist the flow of current I, and it is constant for the materials. Maybe for constant for the copper it is constant, for the silver it is constant, and for different iron for it is constant. So constant. Here see, observe here observe. So we know that what is formula here? V is equal to IR. Okay, I can abbreviate it IR. So is equal, also written as a V by I is equal to R. So resistance nothing but what? The ratio of V by I. So see here, what is about V by I? I can remove it one. Okay, see what about V by I? See V how much? 2. 2 by 1, 2. 4 by 2, 2. 6 by 3, 2. So what happens in constant? This is called resistance, a constant for a given material. So resistance is always constant for a given material. It is copper, it is constant for copper. Silver, and it is silver, constant for silver. So this is what Ohm's law. Okay. Now we can state the Ohm's law easily, right? So I remove here. So here V by I, how much it is a constant. Okay, it is 2, it is constant. That is okay. Now Ohm's, this is Ohm's law, and this is called as a mathematical formula. Okay, mathematical formula for Ohm's law. So what here? V is directly proportional. Again I write here. V is directly proportional to I, and V is equal to IR, where R was a proportionality constant. R is what? Proportionality constant. Now this is what Ohm's law, mathematical form. Now can write the statement here. See, what is V? V is nothing but the potential difference across the end of a metallic conductor is directly proportional to the current in the circuit. Easily, okay. So I write about V, potential difference. Okay, potential difference across the ends of a metallic conductor in a electric circuit is what? Directly proportional, right? Directly proportional to current, right? Current I in the circuit at the temperature. Okay, temperature remains constant. At a room temperature we can do the experiment. Temperature remains constant. This is what the Ohm's law. Very simple, students. Okay, so what is Ohm's law? V proportional to I. Whenever we increase the voltage, current is also increased, and the ratio of the voltage and current is always a constant. That is the ratio of V by I is equal to always a constant, and that constant is nothing but a resistance of a particular conductor. So in examination they ask what is the resistance, calculate resistance. So we can use by V and I. If you know about the voltage and current, we can calculate the R. How we can learn in next videos or next class. Okay, about problems. But come to theory first, concept. Clear the concept. Right? Whenever current increase, voltage increase. Whenever voltage increase, current increase. Now this is a statement. Okay, V is potential difference across the end of a metallic conductor is directly proportional to the I, and again V is equal to IR, where I is called a proportionality constant, and that is nothing but R is a constant. So V by always what we get to 2 by 1 2, 4 by 2 2, 6 by 3 2, so 2 2 2 2. So ratio of V by I is always a constant, and that constant is called as a resistance of a particular metal. Okay, it is copper is constant, it is for silver it is a constant. Okay, right. This is about the concept. Now again elaborate this idea. Okay, so by using the graph I can remove this one. Okay, please pause my video and write down this statement, right? Okay, and this table. Oh, okay, right. Now come, I remove this one. Okay, I can remove this one. Now if I plot a graph of this observation, that is very important, that is called Ohm's law graph. See, Ohm's law graph is here. It is x-axis, it is y-axis, it is origin O, right? On the x-axis we can take current I in ampere, you have remember, and in the y-axis we can take a voltage that is V. Okay, voltage that is in a volt. So it is what? Voltage versus current graph. Okay, voltage versus current graph. This is Ohm's graph, where voltage is y-axis, current is x-axis. Now I can take a simple scale: 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt, and 6 volt. Sorry, ampere. Sorry, it's ampere. Now here 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt, 6 volt, and 7 volt, and so on. Now plot the graph. Here you use the graph. In the home you can use the graph, and you know how to write the 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter. So write the scale, and now along with me write the values. 2 volt. Okay, for 2 volt current is how much? 1 ampere. For 2 volt current is how much? 1 ampere. Correct? It is correct. Exact. If you use the graph, you can get the correct answer. Okay, you can bold. Maybe error is there. So 4 volt here. 4 volt. What is the current here? For 4 volt, 2 current is there. 4 volt current 2 is there. Right? And again for 6 volt current is 3 ampere. For 6 volt current is 3 ampere. Current is 3 ampere. Now join all the points. So in the graph you observe that exact straight line we get, and that straight line what indicate that whenever the current is increased, whenever the voltage increases, current is also increases. That is what the graph shows, and this is what Ohm's graph. Ohm's graph, right student? This is what Ohm's graph. Ohm's graph. Okay, this is what Ohm's graph. Whenever the read now Ohm's graph. See when Ohm's, how read the graph? See, whenever the increase in the current, whenever the increase in the voltage, see 2 voltage, 4 voltage and 6 voltage. Whenever we increase the voltage along y-axis, the x-axis current that is also increases. This is what Ohm's law. This is Ohm's law also been proved by the graph. So in the graph, which type of graph we get in the Ohm's law? We get a straight line. We get a straight line graph or linear graph, also called a linear graph. Linear graph. Okay, we get a linear graph. This is the Ohm's law, students. Okay, now x-axis ampere and y-axis voltage. When we plotted the graph, we observe the exact straight line, and this nothing but what? The linear graph of Ohm's law indicate that whenever voltage increases, current is also increases, students. Okay, this is one type of idea to be elaborated. Okay, sometimes we ask about the graph. Write the circuit diagram for Ohm's law. We already know, and a table, and it is a graph of Ohm's law, students. Okay, I can remove this one. Please pause the video and note down this one. Right, it is over. Now come to the formula, but again, so here we know that V is equal to IR. This is Ohm's law. Correct? Now see, V increase, again I repeated, V increase, what happened? I increase. This is one. Okay, this is the directly proportional. Whenever V increases, I also increases. Now again, I get it real the formula V by I is equal to R. Right? Now see, whenever the resistance increases, it is inversely proportional here. R is inversely proportional to the current. Bottom is there, right? Inversely proportional to the current. So here, whenever the resistance increases, then current in the circuit is dash. So see what happened here. If directly proportional means that increase and second quantity also increase. That is okay. That is A proportional to B. What does it mean? A increase, B also increase. But A is inversely proportional, meaning what? Means whenever A increases, B decreases. Opposite. Whenever A increases, B decreases. So here see, it is inversely proportional, right? The resistance and the current are inversely proportional. Current and the volt are directly proportional, but resistance and the current are inversely proportional. So in the sentence, whenever the increasing temperature, increasing resistance, whenever the resistance increases in the circuit, current is what happened? Decrease. That is very important to remember here. Current is decreased and heat is there. Okay, and more heat liberated. More heat liberated, that is very important concept. See, imagine that, for example, R is a traffic. If more traffic is there, what happened? Bike speed is less. More traffic, speed is less. Less traffic, speed is more, like that. More resistance, more traffic, less speed, less current, like that. So it is same that whenever the resistance in the conductor increases, the current in the circuit is decreases. If more resistance is there, more opposite force, in that case heat is liberated in the circuit. So we know that about the water heater. And the water heater when current is passed, the conductor gets heated. Why? Because of the high resistance. So water heater is a high resistance. In the high resistance, it is quickly heated. So that is what reason, right? You have important to remember heater. Whenever the current voltage increases, current increases. That is what directly proportional. Okay. When inversely proportional means whenever current resistance increases, current decreases. Whenever resistance decreases, current increases. Whenever more resistance, more heat is liberated. That is what the very important concept about the Ohm's law and graph of Ohm's law. Okay, tabulation of Ohm's law, and then some very important about the resistance and these are all formulas. Right, students? So here we are understand about the Ohm's law, relationship between relationship between potential difference and the current. And we also find about the root term, that is the resistance, and about the graph, students, right? So this is very important concept. Hope you understand this. Okay, so please again write down these all concepts in your notebook, right? Okay, come to the next again very important concept about the Ohm's law. Okay, first you have to be write down these all things. Take a graph and take these all formulas. Now come to the very important point about the Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR, right? So we know about the Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. What is this? It is nothing but what? Mathematical form of Ohm's law. Ohm's law. Okay, you know the statement. I hope you understand the statement. Remember the statement. V is directly proportional to I. Potential difference across the ends of metallic conductor is directly proportional to the current in the circuit. Okay, where R is the resistance. Okay, students. Now I can take here R is equal to V by I. That is also important, right? This is one formula. Now here, student, I can write one by one where what is R here? R is what? A resistance. Okay, resistance of a conductor, right? It opposite force, resistance of a particular conductor, right? Now what is V? V is equal to potential difference. And what is I? I is equal to current. I is electric current or simple current, students. Now here we know about the what is units, SI units. What is SI unit of this one? What is SI unit of resistance? The SI unit of resistance is ohms. Okay, on the name of scientist, that is ohms, and the symbol is like that. Okay, that is symbol of ohm. So that is the resistance symbol is like that. This ohm symbol, it is for a SI unit of resistance. It's for resistance, right? So what is SI unit of this one? Is it volt? Okay, we know volt. Okay, we know about that volt. And what is SI unit of current? It is ampere. Right? This is some important points about the Ohm's law. That is V is equal to IR, when V is equal to potential difference, I is current, and R is the resistance, and the SI unit of resistance is ohm. I can repeat it one. Okay, now in the examination they ask define 1 ohm. Define 1 ohm. What is meaning by 1 ohm? How we calculate the ohm? We know that how we calculate the ohm means the resistance. How we calculate the resistance? We know that resistance is nothing but what? The ratio of V and I. Right? I use here, I want to define 1 volt, means I want to find one resistance. So I can write here, we know that resistance is equal to the relation between V and I, the ratio of V and I we get from the formula. Right? So now V equal 1 ohm. So when 1 ohm is there, when the potential difference is 1 volt and the current is 1 ampere in this circuit, the resistance is how much? 1 ohm. Right? So what is 1 ohm? The resistance is said to be 1 ohm. Okay, resistance is said to be 1 ohm when 1 volt of potential difference connected applied at the end of a metallic conductor and the current and the current of how much? Current of 1 ampere flowing in a circuit. Then we call it as an 1 ohm. So very important, define 1 volt. Here about 1 volt, the V is equal to W by Q. 1 joule of work required to move 1 coulomb of charge, 1 volt. What is 1 ohm? 1 ohm is nothing but a resistance is said to be 1 ohm when a 1 volt of potential difference applied to the end of a metallic circuit and the current is 1 ampere. In that case we get a 1 ohm of resistance. Okay, do not use 2 by 2, it is again 1, but in physics we not take 2 by 2, 3 by 3. Okay, we take unit here. Okay, 1 unit and 1 unit. Some students are asked, sir, we take 2 by 2 again 1, we take 3 by 3, 4 by 4. Not like that. When we defining 1 ohm, we also take it is unit. Also we get a V unit and I also unit, right? Because it is 1 unit, means we also take it as a unit and unit, because we start with the units. So here 1 ohm is 1 volt and 1 ampere. Not take 2 by 2, 3 by 3. Okay, it is wrong. So we take 1 volt means this is also 1 and this is also 1, not 2. Okay, this is 1 and 1. Okay, then it is called a 1 ohm. So this is student about the very important point about the ohm. By using ohm formula we can calculate so many things, and by using ohm also we define so many things. When current increase, resistance decrease. When resistance increase, current decrease. That logic here, one logic. And by using this we can solve the many problems. We can find the V, we can find the R, we can find the R. Then we can also define the 1 ohm. So please pause my video and please note down all these very important points here. Okay, very important points. Again I repeated, R resistance, SI unit is ohm. That is, remember, resistance SI unit is ohm. Potential difference is volt and ampere is for current. Okay, that units are very important for multiple choice questions. So please write down these all things. Now students, take the last part of this video, that is one problem on the Ohm's law, right? And I explain, I inform one point here. After completing this chapter, I can make videos on again this chapter only on the numerical problem solving. Okay, here I only solve the one problem here. In the current I can only solve 2 problem, and in Ohm's law I can only solve 1 problem. After completing the chapter, okay, after completing chapter I can make the separate videos on only on problem. Okay, only on solution of your numerical problems. Okay, because of perfect. Okay, because 1 marks 2 mark questions are asked in the problem, so I not involve the problems in these videos. After completing all theories, okay, completing all theories after completing this chapter, and then I can make the videos on electricity only on the numericals, only on the problems. Okay, no theory, only problems, and all problems, previous question paper and model question paper, all problem we can solve in that videos. Okay, so do not be worried about that. So for introduction, these problems are for only introduction, how it is be used in solving the problems. Ohm's law, how we use here, right? So now for introduction, this solution is there. In the next videos we can make different video on than numericals. Now students, here read the potential difference, that is what? V. Okay, the potential difference between the terminals of an electrical heater is. So we know that the symbols of potential difference, that is V. So V is equal to how much? So V is given. So V is equal to 6 volt. Okay, most of the students write a small v here. Not use small v, it is capital V like that. Okay, do not use small v. Right? V is equal to 6 volt given. Now, when it draw a current, means what? Whenever we put a current voltage 60 volt to the circuit, then what happened? The current is flowing in the circuit. And how much current is drawn? Flowing is drawn here. How much current is flow here? That is current is flow here. I is equal to 4 ampere. We know that when we current draw, when we apply the voltage, when we apply the voltage, we draw a current, we get a current. That current is how much? 4 ampere. Now from this source, what will be the, so here 2 cases there. Question is repeated here again. What current will be the heater drawn if the potential difference is 120? See here, when we apply 6 voltage, we get the current. That's how much? 4 ampere. Now question asking if we double the voltage, so what is the current here? So again question, so here what we done here, we know that when voltage increase, current is increased here. Okay, when voltage is 60 to 120, the current is also increased. But how much we have to calculate? So here see, V given, I given. So what about R? R is unknown. So first find R here. So V is equal to IR. Right? Now what is V? V is 60. Okay, I can change it. Okay, we want to find R means R is equal to how much? V by I. Okay, V this side will divide. Now here V how much? 60. How much? 4. It is 4. Now cancel 230 and 250. So 15 ohm and not ampere. It is ohm. So what is resistance? So the resistance is equal to 15 ohm. This is we get. Now again question is what here? What current will be drawn? So question mark current. Question mark current. When the potential difference is how much? 120 volt. And resistance we calculate now is how much? Oh. So calculate the current here. So what about current? V is equal to IR. Okay. So now I is equal to what happened? V by R. So V by R. So here I is equal to how much V? V is 120 now. Okay, 120. Now how much current is here? 50. Right? 15. So what is here? 3 5 are 15. So 3 4 12 0 and 5 1 here 5 8 are 40. So it is 4 8 ampere. See, observe here, when the voltage increases, current is also increased. Correct? Exact double. Voltage doubled, 60 to 120, current is also doubled. Okay, this is the required current, required answer, students. Okay, so hope you understand this one, right? So again I repeat it. First case, in first case when voltage is 6 voltage, and that case we get the current 4 ampere. And resistance how much? We calculate that 15 resistances that we calculated. Now question, when we increase the voltage to this one, what is the current? When increase the voltage, the current is how much? So this is increasing voltage, and we using this two, we can calculate the R, and by R we can calculate this one, 8 ampere. So whenever this is the answer, when we increase the 120 volt, how much current drawn? We get the 8 ampere of current, students. So this type we use the direct problems here. Direct, okay. In the 10th, it is very easy. Direct is the direct R, V and given, we can easily calculate the quantities. Okay. So no, but you are careful about the symbol and careful about the unit. Sometimes when students speed R is equal to 15 ampere, they write. Okay, see that is ohm and it is a current ampere, voltage volt. Okay, so carefully and care about the units and care about the calculation, right? Sometimes this calculation, sometimes mistake. So carefully you can cut the and calculate the numericals. Okay, students. So this is for the studio video, and in this video we are study about the Ohm's law. I think clear about the Ohm's law statement, mathematical form, and electric Ohm's studying electric circuit. Okay, so electric circuit used to study Ohm's law, then graph, then table, and then the numericals, right? So these all about the Ohm's law. So in the next videos we are learn about the other very important concept about the Ohm's law, that is the factor affecting on the resistance. So we can study in this next video, but this video is for only pure for Ohm's law. So share this video to your students, and thank you for watching this video, students.